Welcome to Devlog 1 of my Metroidvania Month 20 project, where I am foolishly attempting to procedurally generate a Metroidvania map. In this episode of the Devlog, we'll cover some asset making, hear a music preview, and talk about movement mechanics, map making, room making, influences, again, the mandatory theme options, and the problem of variety in procedural generation. As you can see, there's some footage here of me making visuals for the game and doing generator work for the map generation. While you watch, enjoy this preview of a track that my teammate 909 Crime is working on for this game. Jumping and movement speeds are essential to get right in a platformer. Here's how it looked in a test room a few days ago. Bit loose or icy. And here's how it looks now. I'm not sure if it's exactly what I want yet, but it's an improvement. Here's some footage of the map generator in action. The generator will pick one of 1,000 seeds at random. They've mostly been named from a list made with Python for right now, but I do plan to sneak some jokes and references in there. As you saw on the map screen, each room has up to 4 quarter rooms in it, and this is to give a slightly greater variety in how each screen ultimately looks. I think this might yield a more Niplus-like or ZZT-like feel to the map that is ultimately made by this generator. The room generator doesn't seem to be working quite right in this footage, perhaps ironically because of a debug feature I'd implemented at that time and have since now removed. Each quarter room template is actually made up of 8 Godot tile maps. Each one represents an on or off state for the exit in the relevant direction. That's up, down, left, and right. And this allows for some quick variety in how we build the different tile maps, while, of course, keeping certain exits consistent so that the game will, in fact, be traversable. In this footage, you can see the generator working correctly. This is because I removed my debug feature. And look at it go! It's a little bit dull, though, and I'll get to that later. But first, let's shout out a couple more influences I've been playing recently and talk about themes. I played Gum Gem, procedurally generated platformer. Linear, but I thought the room design might give me some ideas. Mostly sensible rooms and enemy placements, although some of the mechanical choices were better than others. Brave was a demo project that seemed a bit like Cave Blazers with a bit of Minecraft or Terraria, and unfortunately seems to have been compromised by the developer's hard drive crash. Also, I'll mention here just offhand Spelunky 2, but that's on my Switch, so I don't have footage. And lastly, Even Heroes Die, which I should have mentioned previously, as it's also invading the Roguevania space, and looks really promising. This is the list of mandatory themes. We get to pick. There are some themes that I know people are doing already. There are some that I think at least I would need convincing on. There are some that I'm really looking at as possible themes to claim for this jam, because we do have to claim one. And then there are some that maybe haven't caught my eye for this jam in particular, but if I were running with a different concept, it might be more my thing. although recurring dream obviously could dovetail with procedurally generated pretty well. I do want to call out Metroidant. That was actually mine. It's raised a lot of actual interesting discussion on the Discord. That just makes me happy. Anyway, I'm not sure exactly which way that one's going to go yet, but I thought I'd just talk about the themes over a screenshot that I shamelessly stole and edited from the Metroidvania Month page. Let's talk about oatmeal. Kate Compton, when discussing procedural generation, talks about the 10,000 bowls of oatmeal problem. And the problem is like this. You can generate 10,000 bowls of mathematically distinct plain oatmeal, each oat in a different place, or at least the arrangement differing from bowl to bowl. That makes sense. But that's not a very interesting possibility space for a generator. So how do you actually get past that uniqueness, at least where you need that uniqueness? Now, in this case, I have added some rooms to the quarter room file, and you can see that there is a difference. There's a lot of stuff that we're probably still going to need to do to make things unique, map to map. But this is a start. Anyway, that's basically all I have for today. I hope you enjoyed this little romp through what I did last week on this project. If you decide to follow along, I'd love to have you along for the ride. Have a great day.